I I don't want to say that I have the claustrophobia, claustrophobia. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Today I have a special topic. Hopefully you will enjoy it. Today I want to talk to you about claustrophobia. I think it's pronounced that way. The smart guys here might probably know what it is. It's actually the phobia of clowns, which is kind of special one. And let me start by giving you one small anecdote that I had when I was much younger, and some might say much cuter too. But I want to talk to you about a birthday party I went to when I was probably 7, maybe around there. And these people um, at that birthday party, the parents organized that birthday party, obviously, and they invited a clown to perform for us. So, if I remember correctly, it was not a big crowd, and they had two clowns that came and they did two sets. And it was quite kind of like entertaining and fun, and they know how to engage with kids. Obviously, they have experience. It was quite fun. But then I saw something really cool, which is really intriguing, and probably I saw something that I shouldn't see, which is I saw them backstage behind the curtain when they were not performing. And the vision that I saw was a glimpse of reality. So nothing really major. It was they were just like chit chatting, no big smile. The red nose was like up on his on his head, and he was smoking a cigarette, holding his back, and life was rough. It was probably a tough gig, and the difference between the performance of them being so happy, so naive, and hey kids, how are you kids? And then the real life where like they're smoking a cigarette, like fuck my life, this is tough. And this big difference, this gap between reality and obviously the performance, the act was shocking to me. And I I don't want to say that I have the claustrophobia, claustrophobia. Let me like help me with that. Like if you know how to pronounce it better. And believe me, I prepared this word, so that's the best I can get. But the phobia of clowns, let's put it this way, is actually I think the heavy makeup, the fake smile, and the I would say the distance from reality of someone who pretends to be super happy and someone who is in reality not necessarily have a shitty life but just is not that happy, he's putting a front, is actually a little scary and more sad. I don't think I have a phobia of clowns. Of course, then some movies like It, etc., they use clowns, etc., and it made the clowns somehow like scary for people. I remember like I'm diverging here, but like the movie Jaws actually created quite a scare around the oceans, and people became like phobic of sharks. Maybe it has a name. Let me know in the comments if you know what is the phobia of sharks, and or maybe marine animals. Maybe there. I'm sure there is a name for it. I'm not just that educated, I guess. But let me know in the comments if you guys know. And so I do understand how movies can make you a little bit scared and uneasy with certain types of people or animals or whatever. But I think for me, what did it is the realization of how fake this all was. And it was a little bit sad. And to be quite honest, I think that's what made me not enjoy clowns so much in general. But also, it's just that they're put in a front. But I would say, like, now that I'm thinking about it, even actors in reality, like actors are that's all they do. Like whether it's in theater or in movies, Like some people are. I always think it's funny when they say Steven Seagal, who is like performing, Aikido. He's an Aikido practitioner, and he's invited to seminar for police and special ops and teach me. Like he's an actor. Like yes, he has a black belt in Aikido, but if Aikido was really efficient, it would be like all over the MMA. Nobody says, "Oh, I'm specialist in Aikido. I'm black belt in Aikido." Like, but that's another point. But anyways, so I think sometimes people want to believe the movies and they want to believe like the sharks will attack you. Actually, sharks are not that dangerous. Humans are way scarier. And also, like jumping on the plane is some people have that phobia. So let me know what you what this one is called, the phobia of flying. That or probably has another name, but it's way more dangerous to jump in a car than to jump in a plane. But anyways, fear and phobia are not rational. That's definitely by definition that's a fact. But the going back to my original topic, I think that having a glimpse of reality, when you see somebody giving you a front, makes us, or makes me at least, and let me know what you guys think, but it makes me feel very uncomfortable. When people put a front, it makes me uncomfortable because I don't know what they are thinking, whether it's good or bad. I just want to see the real people, the real face. So it's actually, when some people have it as a tattoo, like they have different faces as masks, and they wonder which one to wear today, etc. That's, I think, a symbol for theater, where they wear different emotions, and they need to make these emotions transpire through them, even though they don't really feel that way. And I think we find that in many, many different occasions, including, for example, Disney. When you go to Disney, you see, like, I'm sure you all watch some documentaries about Disney, but for me, what's shocking is their job is hard. Like those performers, those dancers, etc. Their job is really hard. They wear this heavy, heavy costume, very, very hot, and they keep performing, and then they have to change very quickly and then go perform something else, etc., etc. They smile, yes, they put a front, but for me, just the fact to know that they are not having fun makes me, a little bit uneasy, to be honest. I think fun should be shared, but that's why they ask them to smile all the time. But you can tell it's fake. You can tell that person, it's not that they have a crappy life. It's a job just like any other job. Like some jobs are easier than others. But when they sell you a lie, don't feel comfortable with it. Now, again, like actors, Rambo, like Sylvester Stallone is selling us a lie, but we know it's a lie. He doesn't pretend to be a gun expert or war expert to defeat like a whole country by himself. But these people, they pretend like, oh, they are happy, they are smiling, etc. So fakeness for me, it's very, very scary. And Disney is definitely one of the examples. I think, another examples, I wrote a couple of them here. Not sure I want to go there, but strip clubs are also a good example of faking it. If I want to be honest, I never enjoyed strip clubs. I've been there way back when I was a little bit, when I was over 21 back in the States. And I had a friend who was a big fan. And I think I probably went maybe 4 or 5 times in my life. And it made me uncomfortable when they kept saying, "Hey, honey, oh my God, you look so good," etc. And it's almost like mechanical. And you feel the fakeness through it, because you just heard her saying that same thing to the 65-year-old overweight, fat, bald guy. "Oh my God, you're so strong," etc. And she's just telling you the same thing, so it's not worth anything. And I think this fakeness is makes me very uncomfortable. I really dislike it. Another great example is call centers. I hate call centers. I'm not sure if I hate the automated voices, like the AI voices that are more and more popular, or if I hate the humans who are reading a script without really listening to you. Um, I think I hate them equally, to be to be honest. I really enjoy when they give them a little bit of freedom and they are really listening to you, even if they can't really help you because their hands are tied. Pretty much, they have a very limited options to offer you. But at least, like, really listen to me. Like, if I say something, don't just say, yes, sir, I really understand. Well, we are really sorry about that. We really apologize. Let me see what I can do. And then they don't do anything. Like, just like listen to me carefully, even if you don't have a solution. That's why we need humans. That's why people don't like to talk to automated machines. They prefer to talk to humans, but then humans are trained to answer like machines. So I think it's more frustrating when a human is acting like a machine. The other thing in real life is also when you have friends who are, or people, your family members who are like yes people, like yes men, and or sometimes employees who just say they know you like compliments, and they would give you they would pepper you with compliments every now and then. If they are like subtle, if they are not, they will every morning mechanically like just boom boom. Oh, I like your shirt, boss. I like your dress. I like this. I like that. To be honest, I know it's kind of weird, but people who know me really well, they know this about me. I really don't like compliments. It makes me uncomfortable, not because compliments, not because they just come from fakeness, but I know some of them are real. But I don't know. I'm not really sure why I don't like compliments. It makes me uncomfortable. Like a quick compliment, like I like your shirt, boom, move on. Like it's already a little bit uncomfortable. You don't need to say, oh my God, this is good. Where did you buy it? I mean, come on. I look at myself in the mirror every now and then. I know how I look. You don't need to say, oh my God. Like, not that I receive compliments like every day. I don't. But when I do, people who know me, they know I'm not really comfortable with compliments. The other thing is, so for example, something interesting, when I started some of my businesses, some ventures, and even this podcast right here, when I have people my family members, my close friends who like my podcasts, I like it. And please keep following, keep subscribing, keep commenting. I really, really appreciate that. But I hope they don't take it personally. But I feel like, what if you were not my family members? What if you were not my friends? Would you watch this podcast? And if yes, then please watch it. If not, that's fine. Like, I don't want to say don't like, don't subscribe, etc., because it definitely gives me more exposure to be exposed to other people. But the idea is to create a community, not so much to reinforce the fact that I have friends who support me. I know you guys support me, and I really, really appreciate that. But, it's like if you open a business, like you sell T-shirts, or you have a cafe or restaurants, and only your good friends come to support you. At one point, you want to have strangers come into your place to really show if the business is successful, or is it just because they do it out of love, which is great, but you wish that people would come to you out of merit because you deserve to have these clients, you deserve to have these views. And and I really want to make a small detour here. I really appreciate the support. I have been trying to post an episode every week. I know sometimes we have Reda here, which is fantastic. Reda is very, very busy. I'm trying to hold it down here, but he will definitely be back as soon as he's over that storm of work that he's under. And we will celebrate. We are very close to have 100 subscribers. I know it sounds ridiculous, but small victories, baby steps. And I'm very, very proud of being close to having 100 subscribers. I think we are at 96 or 97. So we'll try to do to do a thank you at least for the 100 subscribers. I know. I think if you have 10,000 or 100,000, you have a plaque, or whatever you call it. Like I think there are different, like gold medal and then whatever. You have a silver one. I think YouTube sends you the silver one for 10,000, 100,000. Anyways, but I think I'm gonna make one for the 100, because let's put it this way. We have roughly now around 50 views, 30, 40, 50 something, sometimes a little bit more, like 60, etc. So every time I see that, I know that those numbers are ridiculous, but compared to other podcasts who have like millions of views. But the way I look at it, and a friend of mine told me this, is imagine you are doing a podcast and you have 60 people in front of you. You're performing for 60 people. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not sure I deserve that much, but thank you guys for your support. Let's go back to the topic now. The idea of being scared of fakeness and uncomfortable with fakeness, I think I find it with some of my close friends and some of my friends groups, and even some of my family members who when they try to be too nice to you, or when they are confrontational with you, but at least if they are honest, if they show that their true colors, this is for me something that I really appreciate, rather than having to say, hey, yes, hi, how are you? Hey, good. I don't know. Like, I know they're trying to be nice. Just be an asshole. That's fine. But at least you will be who you are, and people will, you will find your crowd. And I think even if you are, like, not sure who said this quote, but he said, whatever you are, be a good one. That's it. Just be who you are, and even if it's, you think people might not like it, but they might. So I don't like when people are not real. And I think really, and this is something that I'm trying to work on myself, and I'll finish with this. Sometimes people are not revealing their true colors. They're not saying what they really want to say, which is fine. Sometimes, of course, you cannot just like spit out everything you that crosses your mind. But I think it's because they don't want to hurt people. They don't want to offend people. So they prefer to keep their mouth shut. But I think to reveal who you really are is, there is some kind of I would say, I'm missing that word, to be honest. There is a little bit of a silver lining in being like who you are. And I think we are all a little bit messed up, if not fucked up. It's just that some people hide it better than others. And sometimes we judge people by the shortcomings that they have, because we don't have that, and we judge that these shortcomings are horrible. But we also have shortcomings, but that we accept, that we tolerate about us, but we just don't tolerate the shortcomings of others, which is kind of like strange. So you know what, like, that's pretty much it. Like, just be real. Be real. I think if you are in a bad mood, be in a bad mood. If you are cheap, be cheap. If you get angry quickly and you try to suppress it, it just makes you weird, and people don't understand what's going on. Like, communicate, say what you need to say, and yeah. So if you are also creeped out by clowns, let us know, and let us know why. I think it would be a good experience to have you share, like, why are people scared of something, or freaked out, or creeped out, like, because like I said, for me, I'm not really scared of clowns so much, but I feel uneasy about them, because I know they are telling me that something, they are showing me an emotion that is not real, and they make it sound like it's real, or maybe I'm reading too much into it. You guys let me know. You'll be the judge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next time.